Finally. Dang it. I knew inviting her back was a bad idea. Welcome back to the 4th Estate Militia News broadcast coming to you alive and well. I'm Gator, and boy, do I have a story for y'all tonight. So old Gator ain't one to brag, but I still do a bit of the shadow work from time to time. I do have expenses in my life. My cars need tune-ups, and my drones need upgrades, and my toilet done got clogged up again. So yeah, I got me a few bills to worry about. Well, my good friend, he done set me up with a milk run that couldn't have been any sweeter. Follow around some woman what was new to town by a few months and report back on what she was up to. So I spent a couple of weeks checking on this lady, and she seems pretty normal. No hidden jetpacks or a sacrificing altar or nothing. Most regular people would say, "Oh, she must be a normal person, Mr. Gator." Well, it's a good thing I ain't regular. I had toucan mushies crawling through her fancy apartment out in Bellevue with a fly spy keeping her car in sight. I took over the landscapers network and tapped all them jardineros what was mowing the lawn. I even mocked up one of them person-looking drones as a delivery person. Even had a box with him so I could walk the hallways without no one getting suspicious. I figured something weird was going on when I sent them Camushes sniffing through her trash cans, and she didn't have a single thing from a stuffer shack. Not a soy Rito wrapper, or a Mega Double Temple Gulp with the fun flavor straw, or even a Senor Ramen self-boiling noodle cup. Now stay with me here. My Fly Spy, it has some pretty fancy magnification systems on it, all optical, thank you. So what did I spy her doing? Girl was eating something that looked a lot like a piece of toast with slices of one of them green avocados on it. Now ask yourself, why the frag would anybody eat something like that? Them jardineros were picking up all them bits of trash in the lawn what people drop out of their pockets. But our Miss Target, nothing. Not so much as a nick stick butt on her person. Pretty weird, right? So then I have that disguised person drone walk up to her door. Now I'm in full VR now, riding them servos and actuators like they was my own finger bones and muscles. I've got an upgraded olfactory suite jammed in that sumbitch, so it's like I can smell time itself. I knock on the door, and lo and behold, Miss Target Lady opens it, and I say, "Package for Mr. Worthington." And while she's telling my drone that I've got the wrong address, I put that super sniffer into overdrive. Now, stay with me. A normal head smells things by passing them odor molecules across the olfactory epithelium, which has around 10 million scent receptors. Well, I done put the best sensor module in this here sumbitch, so I'm running them odor molecules over a collection of 86,000 digital receptors. And you know what I done found out? She used that Avo brand silky scrub in the tub exfoliating soap. Cut and dry what we're looking at here. She done got possessed by one of them dead Shaddam ghost some bitches. Now think about it, chummers. We all know Stuffer Shack got some dang tasty treats, but they got so much sodium they can be a health risk to people with bad hearts and messed up kidneys. Imagine if you was a reanimated zombie creature. No living person would ever willingly eat themselves some avocado dreck on toast unless they was trying to keep their dead body alive. Now, she don't smoke because she probably don't gotta breathe no more. And as for that fancy scrubby soap, well, how else are you going to get rid of all that dead skin? So now that I've figured out she's some dead ghost monster, I decided to give it one more night before I called the Johnson, since it was a date night with her and her old man boyfriend. I think he was some kind of drone programmer, but them corp types are a million a dozen these days. So I follow them back to the boyfriend's house. I creep in through a window in my favorite Kanmushi, and you can tell he's my favorite because I done painted these little goggles around the optical sensor array, and it looks so darn cute a rooster in high heels will get jealous. So I'm watching as she pours some wine into two glasses and she does some weird magic while she stirs it with her nail, what then changed color. I guess her divination worked or something because then she tossed the wine in the sink and started talking all perverted like to her feller. Well, I guess the Vatican must have been watching her too, because just then this elf girl done kicks in the back door while a karate dwarf smashes in the front. Now, since I was in a little tiny Camushi, I done scuttled away, but I was keeping my sensors dialed to max. Mrs. Dead Ghost Shadim Lady showed her true colors by throwing magical kung fu chops what done ate that little dwarf's soul. They was fighting with kicks and elbows and headbutts and other dirty stuff. That dwarf, she done got her soul eaten, I think, but that elf girl managed to exorcise the Shadim lady with a handgun to the face. And I didn't see it when it happened, but her poor boyfriend feller done caught a stray bullet straight to the head during the fight. Now, I made my way out then because I knew that KE wouldn't take too long getting to this neighborhood, but I think that dead ghost thing done set the house on fire while it was going back to hell because it was burning pretty good by the time I recovered my favorite Camushi. Man, I sure hope that dwarf what done got her soul dead is doing okay, as she was doing a good deed getting rid of that Shadame creature. I mean, what kind of monster eats avocado on toast? That's enough news for now, y'all. I'm Gator, and I'm just happy my toilet is working again.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to the Fourth Estate Militia podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Fourth Estate Militia podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast are the property of their respective owners. Original content of the Fourth Estate Militia podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you use any part of the show, please give us credit.